Hello again, everyone. We are back today for number 49 and counting. Getting closer and closer to the end of this list, though. So please, please, just keep watching and sharing. Keep telling the world how beautiful these people are. Just for being themselves and being here to dance with all of us. So keep sharing. Please. Help me save some lives today if we can. It matters because we all matter. I actually just heard news this morning that one of my longtime friends, we've never been super close, but I know him, we're friends. He was stabbed and killed in the alley behind a bar last night. So my heart is already a little heavy today, and this video is going to tear me open on top of it. So I apologize in advance that this one is gonna be a tearjerker for sure. Okay, so this girl, I met this girl a few months after having tried to date the boy again from the previous video. Her and I met online, and at first I had literally kind of brushed her off. I was not in the mood to be looking for any kind of relationships at that point. I had swung even deeper into my depression already from being on probation and just having had my emotions fucking backlashed with the boy. And then there was the part where I had to tell the long distance girl what I had done while I hadn't had internet privileges to be able to contact her. So I was sitting really, really low in myself and feeling really shitty all the time. And seemed to somehow, to my astonishment, be sinking even further. Slowly now, though. Like a tar bed at the bottom of the weightless water. Being slowly pulled down into the thick, sticky, scary feelings and thoughts, while simultaneously being suffocated from above. So when I got the first message from this girl, I literally instantly tried to just push her back. Instead, she replied, calling me out on my dismissal move, and intrigued me. So we began talking a little. And I made it very plain that I was not seeking romantic relationships of any kind with anyone, but that I was always down for new friends. From there, we began talking all the time about anything and everything. And conversation went so smooth and easy between us. Fights were never really a concern because we both talked honestly about everything. And the more I learned about her, the more I wanted to know. Her soul is just as broken as mine, and her strength still inspires me to this day. We quickly ended up flirting, and eventually completely falling for each other. I still missed the ex, but still hadn't contacted her. And the pull in my heart for this girl was enough to make me think that maybe, just maybe, if the ex really was happier without me, maybe I could be okay with that and try to be happy with this girl. And for a long time, I was. For the next 2 years of my probation, we were steady together, building together, had even had our own pretend handfast ceremony, and referred to each other as our wife. But life happens, and of course it did. Things happened, and shortly after I was released from probation, a year early for paying all my fines and having no violations, she broke up with me out of the blue to be with my best friend at the time. This now being the second time in my life that I had had that exact scenario happen to me. And yes, for a few weeks, I completely shattered. But I tried to get over it fairly well after that, knowing deep inside myself that in the end, I would have left her anyways, over the ex that I was still missing, still dreaming about, still talking about in my sleep. When this girl would hear it, she would ask me after I woke up why I was saying her name. And I lied to her. Every time I would say that I would have a nightmare about her. I never told this girl that I was dreaming about her. So I forgave her for the pain of leaving, because exactly 2 days later, I ended up randomly running into the ex. No plan, it just, boom, she was there. And we began talking again. And I decided that this had to be the world's way of saying it was time for me to go back home. But even so, this girl has still always carried a very special place deep in my heart. Her love kept me alive and going and happy, genuinely happy, for 2 years. And that is such a huge gift. Honest truth, we have recently tried dating again. And I very, very recently, within the past few weeks actually of doing this project, just broke up with her. Because I know that I cannot love her with the depth that she deserves. And for me to keep her would rob her of the chance to have that. And she deserves it so very much. More than most, in my opinion. So, Heather, episode 49 is for you. Because you are one of the greatest heroes in my life. You have literally picked me up and helped me rebuild my own shattered pieces twice now. Just because you came into my life and loved me. And I know how much you struggle. And I know the pain you carry. But you are never as alone as you feel. I can promise you that. I will always love and care about you. Even the act of leaving you was made in an act of love, of respect for everything about you and who you are. You are so valuable in this world. Everything about you matters, has always mattered. I love you, and I'm honored that you are a part of my life. And I will always be a friend to you. And I will always be sorry for hurting you. But you still matter. Every day matters. Episode 49, Heather.